And so Amsterdam finally falls. And I believe, unfortunately, this is going to be the beginning of the end for the Netherlands. They're beginning to lose their cities to loyalty quite badly now that they don't have their capital. Weirdly, Russia, look at that settle up there. I mean, there's going to be no way in hell you'll keep that city, but credit to you. Alexander has just been sitting here, yeah, just trying to deal with Korean attacks, and Korea are just sending their troops everywhere at the moment, but they do have inventory. So Alexander beginning to out-tech Korea at this point, which is surprising. Korea have still got Hwachas and cavalry units, which is good, but Alexander is responding with pike and shot, bombards, and yeah, infantry. That's tough. Russia might have to move quite quickly in taking that 3 city. I'm just looking at the adjacent cities. I think India have got more loyalty pressure than Russia do at this point. So if they don't take that, that's just another city for India, and India is very quickly growing into a significant powerhouse. If these caravels decide to go after Korea, there's a couple of, well, coastal cities that really could go. Well, I say a couple, only one actually now that I look at it. Oh no, there's one down here as well. So Korea could be the target of a naval attack down there. Difficult to say, but oh, I love that little canal city. I love canal cities. Whenever the computer does that, I'm tempted just to put them through immediately. So at the moment, both Russia and India have made a canal city, so I think it's fair to put them both through. If the game does work out like that, I'll be happy. The Netherlands has invoked Plan C now. Send a settler and probably try and settle on this ice field over here. I mean, that's a great idea. Go do that. Settle in the sea. But Russia have a little water park right next to this glacier. Why would anyone go there? I mean, it's a water park and this is all frozen. I mean, like, you wouldn't be able to go on any of the rides. We said it before, you know, Korea do have the technology to be causing Alex some harm at the moment, and yeah, the city is starting to finally get attacked. Oh my god, they brought a battering ram in. Oh, Korea. Oh, I knew one of you, sometime I'd see a battering ram actually used. Oh my god, thank you so much. And Russia, they have, well, they've kind of good and bad really. Russia did end up taking this city from the Netherlands, so the Netherlands are now out, just as they lose their other city to loyalty. But then they let this city become taken by India, so really, they kind of could have done more there. Oh wow, and actually look, India has finally started to decide attacking these Norwegian cities. I don't know why they took so long to do that, but there you go. I think India just wanted to prove that they could take every single city in one turn. Completely wipe out Norway's army as well, literally 0 units, but Norway have made it to turn 1 through 5, so credit to them. You know, it's actually not India attacking at all. It's actually Russia's boats are the ones doing the damages to Norway's cities. Oh, please, Russia, if you send a knight in and take Oslo, I would be so happy because of that. Oh my god, and look, the Netherlands have their city back. They're back in the game. Weird. How did that happen? Did Russia choose to liberate it? Like, they can't have done. That was a free city, so weird. So I don't think Russia and the Netherlands are no longer at war, so that city is staying there for the you know, significant period of time. So Netherlands still in the game. They don't have any troops, so they might not do very well, but I mean, credit to them, they're still kicking around. Alexander really beginning to struggle now. Even though they've got inventory, which they could be sending down south, they'd rather still attack Hong Kong with bombards. For them, that's the bigger issue. When Russia doesn't want to take it, Russia is happy because as long as Hong Kong exists, you know, Alex is distracted doing whatever they're doing. But you know what? Now that Russia aren't at war with the Netherlands, if they were to go after Alexander, I mean, they could gobble this up quite quickly, but then they would leave themselves exposed to India, and India do mostly have elephants, to be fair, and these anti-tank crews are going to be way tougher than elephants. If you've ever had a match between an elephant and a bazooka, the answer might surprise you as to who would win. India really do have a navy. It's fairly impressive. I think it might just be Gandhi's UI. Build up a huge army and then don't use it, but yeah, I kind of... Why are they not taking Norway out? Such a strange one, that. I mean, it might be Russia are the ones that come and take this city. That's a fun little settle from Russia as well. I mean, unfortunately, they're just essentially giving troops to India. Or giving cities to India, because there's only one way that's going to go, but still, that's quite cool. Wonder, actually, if they settled a city on this little island, they might be able to keep the loyalty between the two. It's just the population centres. Brunei with 13 population, the loyalty that'll be kicking out will be fairly impressive. Korea did manage to take this city, which is, and they're still pushing as well. So can Korea keep this march going? Alexander, a shell of the empire that it once was. They used to have, a bunch more of these cities, but Huacha's versus infantry. Infantry should be able to turn the table on Huachas now, so we might not have seen the last of Alexander. This is an interesting one. So Korea's 3 city just on the border with India flips. Rebellion in 6 turns. Who will that go to? India have, again, very big population centres, but so does Russia. So if Russia take that city, that gives Russia a border with Korea, and they might be tempted to use that. But then again, India, if they take this city, then India might be the ones to attack Korea. Very strange. Oh, and Korea couldn't even hold on to that city. Okay, fair enough. This attack might be more half-hearted than we thought. This single artillery unit is just ripping apart the walls of this city. Well, it got to the point where if India weren't going to do it, Russia will. And so they have. In fact, actually, Russia's going to take Oslo as well. So Norway taken out of the game, and it's Russia to do it. Will they take this free city as well? Because actually that'll give them a nice little peninsula of cities, which, in terms of loyalty, the 3 should be able to maintain themselves. Yeah, but you know what? Russia's expansiveness has been impressive this game. I mean, the Netherlands fought them off for a little bit of time, but apart from that, they've done very well, and the size of army that Russia has as well is impressive. Will they use it? Can they use it? Because I can't help but feel that Russia are 1 musketman upgrade off being able to attack Alexander here. Norway back in the game as well, although rebellion in 3 turns. Yeah, that might not stick around for very long, but that's a shame Russia didn't grab that city, because Russia seemed to really be... They move stuff around more than India does. India, a little bit... Like, they build up all this army and then they just don't do anything with it. You can't help but feel, though, India are 1 alliance or 1 sort of joint war off getting involved and really doing damage somewhere. They did manage to take this city, so it did drop to India, although loyalty is a bit of a problem. Although, rebellion in 24 turns, I think they should be able to swing that round and take it for themselves. But, yeah, Korea beginning to get a little bit pegged back. Alexander got their city back. The 2 southern cities are being attacked, but Korea are not very good at getting melee troops in here. India has declared war on Korea as well. Here we go. So, are we going to see the Indian fleet get involved? Please. Here we go. All these battleships. Now, yeah, these Korean cities might fall very quickly. And Korea, all the army is up attacking Alexander to the north, so it'll be interesting to see if they can pull their army back quick enough to stop this attack from India, because, yeah, India, they can really do some damage here. Okay, Russia has declared war on India and Macedon. That's unusual. We have... So, right, Korea is at war with Alexander and India. Alexander is at war with Korea and Russia. Russia is at war with Alexander and India. And India is at war with Korea and Russia. Everyone good? Everyone caught up? Literally, if we imagine the map is drawn into squares, right? Quarters of squares. Each side is at war with the other. Oh, this could get very messy. So first blood to India. They do take this Korean city on the coast. And they should actually be able to hold on to it. Now, do India push the navy? Yeah, they do. They push the navy forward. So they're going to go after these 2 cities now. This will really, really help expand India's power. The India-Russia front at the moment is fairly, well, bloody, but otherwise stable. The problem with India, we've got a lot of troops, but a lot of them are unupgraded. These Varu, and they just can't attack these anti-tank crews. They are just tough down there. And musketmen armies as well. Russia does have musketmen, but generally speaking, Russia has got the tech edge, whereas Alexander actually, weirdly, has the tech advantage here and is starting to build up planes. It's just a case of whether or not they've got enough troops to not be absolutely surrounded by Russia, because Russia just... they're everywhere. They are literally everywhere. So Alexander, again, nothing's really happening on this front at the moment, although the troops, they just need to make sure their troops don't all die, which is, again, quite obvious, really. But they, again, this border with Korea, their 2 cities are still very damaged, but there's no Korean melee unit in range to take them. So, They're doing all right there, and Korea again is continuing to push up, but doesn't have any melee troops in, which is a little bit of a problem. And they're really going to struggle on this front. I mean, India now have submarines, which means that India are not far away from having nuclear submarines. So, you know, it's all a plus. Spare a thought for Vilnius. This entire game just on its own little peninsula, not involved. Maybe that's not a bad thing, but just sat there. Bless them. Ooh. You see that little explosion there? That was a cool animation. Wow. I'm just looking at this little set of seas down here. Would it be possible to build a canal system to get boats out of here? Just having a look. If you built a city down south in that direction, but then you'd be stuck in that lake there. So you kind of, because Yevon here lets you get out into this lake, and that would let you get into maybe Korea should have built a city there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would technically be possible to build a canal through, but yeah, that's tough. But could you imagine if India had the boats 3 into the map to be able to do whatever they want with? That would be strong. That would be very strong. Not many updates at the moment because not much is happening. Russia is holding its colonies. And actually, now that I think about it, Russia is doing well in the sense that it does own 3 capitals. Norway's and the Netherlands right now. India is, you know, has expanded lots, but in terms of war, it's not done as much. It's taken city-states over, to be fair, but other than that, yeah, Russia and India making peace. I'm not surprised. That front line was chaotic, and actually now means that Russia can start focusing on Alex. With that artillery army is going to do a lot of damage against the walls. I just kind of want, yeah, these Cossacks are strong as well, but where are they going? They're going to start trying to attack Pella, I feel, before they attack all of the other cities, which is a bit of a problem. India did manage to take this city down here, so Korea starting to just capitulate a little bit now. They've got another city that might be lost over in this direction, Pyongyang. Other than that, Korea, yeah, they've almost got into this game, but just that early war, they couldn't hold themselves against Alexander, and Alexander couldn't use that advantage. It just that war kind of took them both out of the game, really. And Norway's back again. Yay! The next 3 turns are going to be the best, just for your presence, Norway. You know, if I was India, I would jump in straight here and steal it now before it keeps flipping between. This old Russian colony up on the top left of the map has decided, nope, we don't want to get involved. This is us, full loyalty here. And Alexander is it's got an artillery unit just outside it, but nope, it's just like, nope, I'm not going to fight. I'm in a horseman. Hang on, no, don't build horsemen. He has infantry. What are you doing? Yep, so if you wondered which city Russia was attacking, it was this one. Nowhere near the front line. Yeah, good old Russia. Are those tanks that I see? Ooh, now that might change things. The reason I say that as well is tanks, not only are they very powerful, but they're also very good at defeating walls, generally speaking, so might we see something here? This tactic employed by Russia is a little bit strange. They're just sending Cossack armies, tank armies, I think there's a helicopter army somewhere. They're just spreading them all around Alexander's territory, but the one thing it is doing is Alexander has basically no army now. They are completely open, and oh my god, this anti-tank, could Russia steal the city from right underneath Korea's nose? That would be hilarious. It would serve Korea right as well for not attacking sooner. Yep, unbelievably, Russia did steal the city. And rebellion in only 15 turns as well, so that's way longer than I thought it would be. Are Russia going to use that as an entry point to get behind Alexander's lines? That is the question. There's a lot of high-powered units here, but nobody seems to be strong enough to actually do significant damage to any of the walls. There are a couple of artillery armies and things like that, but they're just not really attacking. Oh no, scrap that. No, there are tank armies just randomly attacking walls. Good. Just as Russia actually stabilizes this city, India declares war on Russia. Now, are India any more prepared than they were last time? They have a huge amount of artillery on the border, which is got to be a good thing, but Russia is very good at defending its own lands, normally between Cossacks, which I think actually there's no more Cossacks around. India has also declared war on the Netherlands. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever, but yeah, look at this. They've gone straight for St. Petersburg here. 110 strength though for Russia. That's going to be difficult to take. Are you sure? You sure going to be able to do that, India? India very, very much swarming these southern Russian lands, but there's a real mix of army here. Helicopter armies, very strong. Musketmen, not so good. That one's going to just get rolled over by that tank side in the city. Maybe that's why. Maybe they're doing it deliberately. Look, oh no, look, I've got a musketman just outside. I hope your tank doesn't come in. And then as the tank leaves, lowering the garrison strength, everyone else attacks it. Well, that's the clever plan I'd like the computer to have, but for some reason I just don't think that's going to happen. Oh, yeah. So there's an artillery army sat on this tank tile, ready to attack Russia, and yeah, the tank army just rolled over it. That's tough. That's really tough. I think, India, you needed rocket artillery, really. That would have been the only way. India are having a little bit more luck with Hong Kong, though. Maybe they'll take that. As Russia does lose the city they picked up on Alexander's lands. Just look, again, it seems like they're just going after this free city rather than trying to take any of the actual cities down here. Although, is that garrison strength? Well, yeah, look, they've brought the garrison, or the fortification, down by 4 points. No, 6 points out of 200. Good on you, Russia. That's some good war going on here. Oh, Korea have tanks, and they are next to this city. Go on, Korea, take the city. This Russia-India front is just terrible. I mean, oh my god, Russia have helicopters in their land, India have helicopters in Russia's land. There's no plan. I mean, they did manage to take a bit of the war strength down of Kazan, down there. I mean, a bit of the war strength in Patna. But the attack is just so randomized. Like, nobody has a clue what they're doing. It's really funny. Just attack one place. Just be logical about it. Like, could you imagine how satisfying it would be, right, to take control of Russia at this point of the game? Just jump into the game, take them on, and go, okay, right, make peace with, say, India or Alexander or someone, and then just systematically play the game properly. Build a couple of siege towers or battering rams, or maybe you would have built those earlier in the game and you've still got them. Get these supply convoys down actually to the front line where they're going to be helpful. Move your troops so that you've got actual artillery protected behind regular troops. Just taking down walls maybe one city at a time. I mean, God, could you imagine how much good you'd be able to do? It would be so satisfying. Russia and India make peace. What I was going to do is we're going to take this to turn 200, as we've done in previous semi-finals. So what's going to happen? Yeah, turn 200, otherwise exactly the same rules. I should have probably mentioned this before. Never mind. We're going to have one winner from each semi-final, which puts 3 people through, and then 2 wildcard picks, which we'll go through as well. Now, in terms of who's won this heat, Alexander, I liked their early game war. That was very impressive in their sort of initial attack to Korea. But since then, they've done their surviving thing again. Like, they've actually been able to hold on to their cities pretty damn well. But really, they've kind of not been quite in the game. Korea as well, just flashes of brilliance. But the amount of cities they've lost, the amount they've been pegged back. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these cities used to be theirs. I mean, could you imagine how big Korea would be with those cities? Yeah, and the Netherlands, they never really, just that early start, Russia just blitzed them. So really it's between India and Russia, and I'm going to give the victory to Russia, not because they're my favourite civ, although they are, but the initial way they attacked Amsterdam and really pegged back the Netherlands, that was impressive. The way they've kind of defensively held their lines, they took sort of cities in Norway, the war here. I mean, again, this whole Indian-Russian war has been a little bit of a disappointment, but this sometimes happens when you've got 2 civs that are just so powerful that the sheer weight of army just can't do anything, really. So I think I'd probably put them over India. India did do well. They had a couple of like early city-state victories. They did take a couple of cities from Korea. So really warlike, they've done well, but I think just mainly because Russia have 3 capitals and India don't have any. Considering this is a domination victory, we've got to have to consider that. I think Russia are technologically further ahead. They've got more great people. India are doing well. I think they are a very, very strong wildcard pick to go through to the finals, so I would not be surprised if Gandhi gets put through. We'll see what the other 2 semi-finals are like, but I think Russia are going to get the automatic place. Let me know in the comments, did I get that right? Would you have put Alexander through? If you do, then, you know, I'm going to question you massively. But until then, thank you very much, and I shall see you next time for semi-final number 2. Bye!